Yes, yes. Good morning, New Orleans. Reporting live from Archerville, episode 218 of Draw Fo Radio right here on WWOZ 90.7 FM and WWOZ.org on the internet dial. Slangston Hughes, shout out to my dude Thelonious Kryptonite for holding it down for me for the last 48 minutes. You know, things happen. You know, Murphy's Law is a very real thing in this day and age, but we out here and we holding it down. And we have some very special guests. So let me get their mics rolling. And we coming in hot. Like Johnny Storm, you know what I mean? We got proper channels in the building. Speed Run is out. What's up, gentlemen? How we doing?
What's up,
hey,
man?
Awesome.
Man.
What's up?
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, I'm glad for y'all to be here. So we're gonna get right into it. I have, you know, usually when I do these type of things, it's very strategic. You know what I mean? As y'all know, we did the interview during the height of the pandemic, you know what I mean, back in April. So we're here, we're in 2023. Like I said, usually we would have like songs from y'all that would play leading into the interview, and then we would do, you know, what happens during interviews. But we're switching it up, you know what I mean, from a curator standpoint. So we're just gonna hop right into it. So the first question that I always like to ask folks, as I mentioned, with it being the year 3 of the pan-seared salmon, so to speak, as I like to call it, I like to ask folks like how they are doing respectively for the 3 of y'all. And that can be either in this moment, that can be today, this week, this month, this year, whatever. So let me start with Bon Mott, and then we can work our way down.
Heck yeah, dude. I'm good, I would say. And I think that comes through in the music, which is fun. But yeah, we had a rough, I think, just to speak on the group, we had a rough go. We were building up a real big album and a real big release and kind of lost that to the pandemic. So this album has certainly been cathartic in a way that we were able to kind of put that, sort of repurpose that energy into this new project. But then personally, yeah, I'm doing good, man. Real good.
You looking good, brother.
Hey, thank you, bro. I'm trying really hard.
Yeah, I see you shining.
Thank you, bro.
How about yourself, Joe? How are you feeling?
I'm all right, man. Just trudging through like everybody else, I think, man. Got a new baby out of this thing.
Salute.
So, yeah, happy belated Father's
Give
Day
thanks.
to you.
Likewise,
by the way.
likewise.
Yeah, man, we're rolling.
Word. How about you, T?
Doing good, man. Definitely feels good getting back out there and doing shows again and going to see shows.
Yes.
You know, we're all big fans of the local scene and all that. So having that outlet available is big for us. And like Bon Mott said, being able to release this project and have a release show to go with it is nice. Because that's something we didn't get to do on Scenes, which was the last one, and we were looking forward to that. So
yeah, and that's the most fun part, I think.
Yeah,
performing.
It's the entire reason I do any of this. I mean, you know, I need the spotlight, and I need to get paid for it.
Salute.
You know what I mean?
Word. I that's a beautiful segue. So Saturday, anybody want to tell us what's going on? And certainly one of the reasons why y'all are here.
That's the show, man. Release show. Gasa Gasa.
Yeah, Saturday the 24th, we got DJ Solab spinning for the night.
Salute.
Coming down from Baton Rouge, along with Gyra coming down from Baton Rouge.
Shout out to Gyra, man.
Yeah, he's been crushing it.
Yeah, I'm up on him.
And then we also got K the Beast on the bill. So
the homie. Word.
It'll be a dope.
In New Orleans hip hop.
He's up here.
Yeah,
yes, he's got some bars.
Good. Shout out to K. Yeah, so that's doors at 8. Music
Show at
9.
Yep.
$10 pre-sale, $15 at the door, and we run a prompt show, man.
That's what I like to hear.
Music at 9,
indeed.
we mean it. So, y'all get off work early, y'all pass y'all side duties to another server, and y'all come out, you know?
Word. That's what's up. I like hip-hop shows that say what they mean, right?
Right.
What is on the fly is what you're going to get, because you know how it is. Sometimes it'll say doors for 8. You know, doors may be for 8. That'll be like the last true piece of it, right?
Yeah, y'all can come in.
But the show ain't going to start till about 10:30. You know what I mean? So it's like, oh, come on. So let's talk a little bit about the difference between Speed Run and Scenes. So, you know, as I mentioned and alluded to a little bit, you know, we did the IG Live interview, right? And went through Scenes pretty extensively. For me as a listener, I feel like there's a difference between both of these projects, specifically where scenes felt like, you know, certainly it was reflective of the times. You know what I mean? It was reflective of the pandemic. It was reflective, you know, from a social commentary standpoint of what was going on, you know what I mean, capitalism and things of that nature within our world. Speedrun just feels like it's just a fun record. Like y'all said, y'all getting back into performing, you're getting back to doing release shows, getting back into the live scene and just spitting, you know what I mean? For me, that's what it feels like, a record like where y'all just having a good time and also, you know, showing that lyrically as well as musically, if y'all agree.
Yeah. I would agree with that. I think too, to speak on the fun you hear us having, we used a different approach to recording this time. We put all of us in the same,
I saw that.
Same booth, same time, and treated it like a show.
Mics.
If you've ever been to a proper channel show, it's 3 hot mics and guys getting after it, and so we just did that on record, and it's a good time, you know.
As opposed to Scenes, which was piecemeal, you know, one mic, just me kind of recording everybody's verse bit by bit,
facing
and
the
then,
corner of a wall.
Layering,
very despotic, right?
Exactly, yeah. So, doing Speedrun was really nice because we got to feed off of each other's energy, being in that same room, and I feel like it comes across closer to our live performance than Scenes does, just because we're comfortable performing like that. So it's you don't lose anything in translation.
You know, Scenes was, and hence the title of it too, was sort of a collection of things that had songs we've had for a long time, verses that we were putting together on new beats, new verses, old beats, and stuff like that. And Speedrun was
a lot quicker,
and created, I don't want to say within a bubble, but in and of itself. Like, we set out to make an album and we made it, and that's honestly kind of new for us, at least for a group project, you know. With 3 of us, I think oftentimes we end up going, oh, well, if you both got verses, I bet I can find one. You know what I mean? And you kind of, and it's all good. And I love the music, but I think that coherency you get when we're all going, hey, we're writing this album right now. I definitely think it comes through.
Word. And I feel that. I'm gonna just say, before we get into the first track that I wanted to premiere off of Speedrun, I just want to quickly say, T, you spitting, bro.
Yeah.
Yes.
It just feels like,
bro.
I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know if you got a chip on your shoulder or what's going on, but I'm like, okay.
Energy, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I was
I'm so
okay.
glad someone else is saying it.
I was like,
This
okay.
is, and I've told him, and I'll say it again, this is probably the best rapping I've ever heard him do.
Yeah.
Also, it's some of my favorite production too. So I think
nice pieces.
I think we're all doing well, but I would say Plot's in rare form on this one.
Appreciate that.
So let's get into let me get Joe to talk a little bit about No Save 2.0. So y'all mentioned K the Beast, who will be performing on Saturday with y'all at the release party. We also got the homie E.T. Doe on this one. So talk to me a little bit briefly about No Save 2.0 before we get into that.
This one's my favorite track on the album, and I got nothing to do with it. This is Plot Device featuring E.T. Doe and K the Beast. Dude, the beat goes crazy.
So that
I
one,
love the bars.
I think that verse might have been the first one I wrote for this. It started off on another beat previously, and I just felt like E.T. would be good on it. But then I didn't really have a hook, didn't have much structure. I just had some bars on it, got E.T. to put some bars on it. And then I must have saw K perform or something and been like, let me get him on there too.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? So
Good ear.
that's kind of how it came together. Yeah.
Word. All right, y'all, we about to get into No Save 2.0 featuring E.T. Doe and K the Beast by Proper Channels right here on WWOZ 90.7 FM.
On my last life, no save, right to the last page, lab like the Bat Cave. Lab rat, most days laugh at a close shave. Half man, half strange creation on your airwaves. Hear 'em when the band play, jam to the jam, stay jammed in your head like a mandrake. It only sounds like music to the fan base. Bump can, cruise through the landscape. Up next, sick hop, strawberry jam cakes. Rock a stage, any place for a fair rate. Greet a fan with an awkward ass handshake. Rhyme like specimen, reckon any set he's in, better never bet against. as evidenced. Settle in, mic check, and then he rhymed like Getrigan.
I'ma have to take a syntax. Big facts, clear vision like Windex. Put my syntax on a piece of thin wax. Herbal essence got my pockets on big stacks. What you tryna be, player? I been that. Mafioso, this is that Ken rap. I'm soprano with the big gas. Before you talk to the boss, man, you better use a tic tac. If the product lookin' right, I can flip that. Get it for the right price, that's a gift bag. In the jungle, getting food like a big cat. Break my homies off like it was a Kit Kat. I ain't got no time for chit chat. After I hit that, told her get the dig back. I'ma have to eat the beat if plot flip that. Free game for your homie, this is that gift rap song.
Bro, hit the record button. I'm feeling messy, it might be time to start something. These rappers live in the dirt, man, they all bugging. All they do is act salty, we might slug them. Yeah, I'm unbelievable. Better watch you little guy speaking to. I'm not a rapper that you wanna get even to. I've done twice as much shit than you've seen me do. Yeah, cause real ones move in silence. I'm trying to minimize acts of violence. Dope raps, I'm the one that supplied it. People getting high and I'm whipping new product. This ain't just a verse, it's an honor. Get too close to my hands is E Honda. Yo, I do the most to coast rhyme. Afloat then go down on my girl, she's so fine. Sorry that I keep changing the subject. I haven't given up yet, so people getting upset. Just saw a pair of shoes that I must get. If I don't get the discount, then I get the musket. What's next? Cape and Kyle is my outfit. They call me Batman cause I run with Alfred. Yeah, I run with Alfred.
Slam together 24, turn it to my best song. Walk around my city feeling naked with no vest on. Rep no set examples if you press on. Wall wrist balls out cold if you guess wrong. Stand strong, I don't even put my hands up. Stand up straight like your plate been getting snatched up. Start swinging like he's schoolyard pants, yo. I ain't catching shit like a fucking belly scratcher. To distract you, switch it into act 2. Ain't some shit that you can study or relax to. Come to take over your city and your whole town clown. And if you think he need to rap to, do it pads or bruise, but ain't the only thing to slap to. Is by my just a slime trying to add to the best collabs in CNT converted jazz. Dude, to see what rap doing, ain't ever been looking back. Soon proper channels, be a tatted all your ass. Meantime, in the feature, you can get one for the ass. Do it nicely and he lying. Have it overnight, but catch him trying to start writing minutes before it's past due. Never seem to see the theme is chronic like his crash do. Honest with his deadest homies love about his raps. Knowing what they meant to him because they ever asked. Transparency the only goal he ever fucking smashed. Hey, 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 hey.
Excuse me now, but if MC means move the crowd, then hand me a Grammy, dude, cause I can be stupid and loud. I can slam beats and keep goofing around with my man T, producing unusual sounds. Yo, I can lose myself in the groove, make music with the sound of my shoes hitting the ground. Ooh, turn it up and let loose like Lucifer's hounds, introducing something new for the clowns and stooges. But as crude as it sounds, don't ever fear that. Yo, I got manners, but I'm not really a meerkat. I'm just a weird rapper trying to make you cheer, clap, think, shed a tear, laugh, or elevate your beer glass. Yeah, I said it 10 years back. You can't see me, I'm a needle in a spear stack. Catch me steady dropping gems through the earwax. Full blast, forging a clear path. I think I'm back on my don't give a fuck what you think. Running on E, yeah, I'm skating on the brink. But I'm doing what I wanna, so I gotta give thanks. And you know I'm going down with the ship until it sinks. Back on my don't give a fuck what you think. Running on E, skating on the brink. But I'm doing what I love, so I gotta give thanks. Going down with the ship until it sinks. Hey, 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 hey. The script don't move without the plot device. Competition dropping like I'm swatting flies. Compromise, every system is in overdrive. Time to go and find places that you go and hide. No lie, one time for being done right. Gather what you can because we're running out of sunlight. One time for running out of fun time. Shit, I keep waiting on the part
punchline, wall face or plot device. The fucking planning, if you guess it, let him know. He don't have the answer. One hand holds a looking glass, the other on the canvas. The one steady, ready for the other one to panic. Believe it, develop the bevy and new features. Settle debts with cheddar from peddling new features. Creature of the week versus the weakest of all creatures. Rinse and repeat until completed.
Back on my don't give a fuck what you think. Running on E, yeah, I'm skating on the brink. But I'm doing what I wanna, so I gotta give thanks. And you know I'm going down with the ship until it sinks. Back on my don't give a fuck what you think. Running on E, skating on the brink. But I'm doing what I love, so I gotta give thanks. Going down with the ship until it sinks.
Yes, we are back. You just heard Story Mode and Boss Battle from Proper Channels. Excuse me. No Save 2.0 in Boss Battle, from Proper Channels. This is Slangston Hughes, the Connoisseur Fine Rhyme, holding it down. I don't know, like somewhere I'm like interim first hours, bleeding unfortunately into the second hour of the show. Right here on WWOZ 90.7 FM and WWOZ.org on the internet. Let's talk about, I don't think we talked about this a couple of years ago as far as like everybody's inspirations as, you know, MCs and producers and whatnot. So let's start with Plot and work our way down as far as, you know, what that looks like. Oh man,
the list is long. Definitely when I first started out over a decade ago, probably making beats, super inspired by RZA Stoop, who was the producer for Jedi Mind Tricks. He would flip crazy like strings and Spanish tracks that were not your typical like jazz flip or anything like that. And that just kind of turned my ear on to the possibilities of hip hop and how it can go in any direction, you know. And then, you know, through that, I eventually started listening to instrumental producers like Nujabiz, got into Dilla heavy, and then dudes like Blockhead, who would do maybe some like longer form instrumental stuff, still with crazy samples, pulling from everywhere. Yeah, as far as rappers go, nowadays I'm really inspired by a lot of people in the scene, like around here. That's kind of, I don't know what's on my current playlist. Sleazy Easy,
salute to the
all
sleaze.
The time.
Yes.
People we collab with, you know, K, E.T. And then, man, shout out to like Truth Universal. I first saw him opening up for Immortal Technique when I was like 18, right when I could get in the show. I
remember that show, yeah.
Yeah, man, and he handed me a CD, and that was spinning in my car for years until I lost it. And
was that the Parish? Was it upstairs?
Yeah,
I remember
that
that
was
show.
It.
Yep. Word. Salute to the big homie. That's the reason why we're all here. It's because of Truth. So, how about yourself, Joe?
Man, my musical influences are far and wide. Like all kinds of jazz, all kinds of like rock, classic rock growing up. I got into hip hop in a weird, like the weird kind of subgenres of hip hop, the Midwest like atmosphere, idea.
Yep,
was
Inability.
Huge. Huge influence, especially early on. Wax, and then nowadays, like just like Plot was saying, like just what I hear around me is like that's what I'm feeding. That's what I'm being fed now, and that's what's coming out.
And it's important, right? Like, I mean, at the end of the day, to be surrounded by such skillful and talented MCs makes y'all better, right?
Yeah, and sure. The amount of talent in the city is like really astounding.
Yeah, it's hard to keep up with. That's why, like, it's a little overwhelming at times as a DJ. It's like, man, who's got what out right now? Just trying to keep up on everything because it's a lot of good music. So, how about yourself?
I feel like I'd be remiss not mentioning a group called Das Racist, who for the listeners was the group Joel was waffling about not saying and then panicked out of saying. But yeah, I mean, Wayne's the GOAT, and he has been since
Come
I
on
was
now.
in
Say that.
6th grade.
Let the people know.
But and so I've always been a fan of hip hop, and I've always listened to it. But at 17 into 18 years old, Das Racist was this group that didn't sound like anybody else, and they were kind of very much in their own lane, and they sort of and certainly not that they were the only ones doing it, but they were the ones I heard that let me go, okay, well, if I can just put my truth down, and as long as I'm authentic to myself, there's an audience there. And as long as I'm clever and I'm funny about it, my lived experience don't have to match to my favorite artist's lived experiences. So that was a big motivator. Sound influence, I bet I'm influenced by Aesop Rock. I've done a lot of listening to that guy, and but I always say what I make does not sound like what I want to sound like, and what I want to sound like would be like Earl Sweatshirt on like a 2 Chainz track, where it's sort of aggressively vulnerable and personal, but you got to listen to it to find out, because at first it's just a real good time, and like that's where I would love to be. And yeah, I think that about covers it. Wayne's the GOAT. I'll say it again.
Say it again. Let them know.
And then yeah, Das Racist got us into it, and man, do I love 2 Chainz. I love Braggadocio. Big L was a big one for me too.
Yes,
Saying things with such a raw, like you listen to Big L and he believed every brag he said was a matter of fact.
Right.
And so I do try to take a lot of that energy into all of my lines, even the ones that don't even sound like brags. Like I may say like, I'm going to die in a car accident or whatever, but I'm going to say it like I'm bragging about it, because it's fun to deliver it that way.
Word.
And I love, hearing Big L, and I mean, and Big L's got, man, I can't think of the title, the one about the dice game. And it's a story about him getting run up on and run down. But man, it sounds cool, right? Like and so I kind of love that. I love the raw confidence of it all. So I try to inhibit that as much as possible and have it that.
So in regards, I guess that's a segue into, you mentioning about, speaking your truth and authenticity and whatnot, story mode. So you want to cue us into that a little bit?
Sure. Couple lines that stand out to me as far as authenticity goes is, man, was I doing a lot of drunk driving? And I put it down, and that's good. But, yeah, and that, and man, I can't stop talking about my dead dad. There's a line about that in there for sure. That's, I'm sure, a coping thing. But ultimately, I think I don't even know that that's the song that's the best example of, say, my most authentic self on this album, at least. But I think when you slow a song down and give people an extra chance to catch every bar, which I think that song is a good example of, right. It comes across that way. Like, oh, he's, he really wants us to listen to this one. He really means it on this one or whatever. But yeah, I mean, that's, it's all, I think I would like to believe everything I'm writing. I guess now I'm thinking of all the just sort of hammed up rap bars and the hypothetical rap, insult stuff that I have littered throughout my music. But I do, anything. I was talking to E.T. Doe actually recently about my sort of writing style, how I get to writing a verse. And it is kind of what happens is bubbling up is eventually one coherent thought. And that one thought may be like, just be glad it ain't a track about my dead dad. And I go, man, I kind of like the way that sounds, and I like the emotion I feel when I say that. Like, I got this one line, but it could be the whole track. So just be glad I'm not, and also sort of that self-deprecation of like, man, I sure am bringing it up a lot.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah, that's me on that.
Word. Rest in power to Big Dave. We're going to go into story mode right here on WWOZ 90.7 FM.
Proper channels.
Yo.
Nationwide exclusive.
This the shit I vibe to, have a drink and drive to. Have too many, crash my car and fucking die too. Last words incoherent like his rhymes do. Last girl just as worried as his sides. Who the fuck think he's so important, ain't gotta remind him. The mortal coil ain't inside a spiral. Between that and drunk guy rap, cats scratch their heads like where the punchline's at. Okay, do we mean it if he leaning from a thin rope? Beat depression in his dick with Dawn dish soap. All hope the jokes go when the kid grow. Go cold in a puff of thin smoke. Quick to cope, ghost and get mad. Just be glad it ain't a track about his dead dad. Soap bars, cigars, and Q-tips. Whose list of flaws ain't long as dudes is. Who's this? Thought his name meant clever. Never heard a worse verse or any whatsoever. First time fans like stand behind your promises. The problem is the only positive in better weather. First time listeners tell they son it's interesting. Can't figure how to change it. Hate it cause it's different shit. Hate it cause it's not the same old bullshit. Same old bomb my, just swap out the pulpit.
And everybody got a story to tell. We've all seen a piece of heaven and been through hell. Somewhere in the between, if you peek behind the scenes, you might see a little reflection of yourself. And everybody got a story to tell. We've all seen a piece of heaven and been through hell. Somewhere in the between, if you peek behind the scenes, you might see a little reflection of yourself. This clock tick-tocks quicker by the minute. Every breath, another sigh of relief. I'm still living. Every death, a reminder that tomorrow isn't given. Time is infinite, but our experience is limited to an instant. It never could be any other way. Moments go away, but they don't come again another day. Funny how the sand in the hourglass accelerates the closer we approach our terrestrial expiration date. Before you know it, it's way too late. Such a beautifully tragic twist of fate. A cruel joke to those who only hope to win the rat race, that we all meet death face to face. Everybody got a story to tell. We've all seen a piece of heaven and been through hell. Somewhere in the between, if you peek behind the scenes, you might see a little reflection of yourself. And everybody got a story to tell. We've all seen a piece of heaven and been through hell. Somewhere in the between, if you peek behind the scenes, you might see a little reflection of yourself.
Can you go just a little more? That's perfect. Proper channels. Shouts to Doomtree. Hey. 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 Goddamn. 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 Hey. Goddamn. 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 Hey. Hey. Quit rapping. Here's to hoping homie wouldn't notice he was choking less he wrote it. Rodents at his digits, still his sole focus is growing his perspective, yet he knows he needs his nose to get it open. Glowing like it's daybreak, make way for king. Can't seem to put two and two together on the same day. Trash can last man to admit that the critics don't need epiphanies from the same page. Wait till they verify that they heard it. Say his days are perfect, like fulfilling greater purpose. Now he's resting, rehearsing his routine until he learns it. You guessed it, 2 steps, have a job, work it. Savor every single second spent outside a kitchen. Wishing really hard won't make your dreams come to fruition. Being positive will positively make a difference. And absolutely nothing, holla if you paying rent. Hey, hey, goddamn, 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 goddamn. Hey, goddamn, 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 goddamn. Hey, hey.
Witty poets thinking that we're so clever, pro effort. Rock a show in an old sweater in cold weather. If it's ever cold, it never snows ever. Forever bold code guesser, so dresser. Up late with beats, keep it real quiet. Else the neighbors waking up feeling real tired. Reveal fire, Prometheus with mere wires. Smile on my face, even if it's all real dire. Mic in my hand, getting pretty obnoxious. Otherwise low key, with my fingers in pockets. Keep building till we're chilling on top steps. Even a locksmith couldn't unlock it.
Couldn't be topped if you was drizzling chocolate. Wouldn't be stopped even if you said stop it.
On some Monday starts on Saturday. Last to play, trashing all your accolades. Hey, goddamn, 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 hey, goddamn, 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 hey.
What up, y'all? This is Kareem Riggins, and you are now listening to Draw Fo Radio with my brothers Slangston Hughes and Thelonious Kryptonite on WWOZ 90.7 FM and WWOZ.org on the internet. Much love. Peace.